Hello and welcome to the In Need of Sunlight 25 Man Looking for Raid preview and tactics overview for Norushen in the Siege of Orgrimmar raid instance. This video will consist of a breakdown of the boss's abilities and what to look out for in the fight. Please remember that this is PTR and is not guaranteed to represent the fight when the patch actually goes live. When the encounter starts, you will notice that you have been sealed in a quarantine zone and a bar has appeared in the bottom centre of your screen. You will also see a mob spawn in the centre of the room, called Amalgam of Corruption. The aim of the fight is simply to kill this mob. During the fight there are a few things to look out for. The first thing to look out for is an ability called Blind Hatred. This is an orb that slowly rotates around the room either clockwise or anti-clockwise, dealing 150,000 shadow damage every second you stand in it. The bar at the bottom of your screen monitors your corruption level. The more corruption you have, the less damage and healing you will do. To lower the amount of corruption you have, you must interact with the purifying light, which will be inside the quarantine zone. Interaction with this will transport your character to a phase called Look Within, where the player will face a challenge specific to their role in the group. The DPS challenge is to simply kill as many Shah in the phase as you can in a minute. However, after dying, the adds killed in this phase will spawn into the actual boss fight. To avoid getting overwhelmed with adds, you want to regulate how many players enter this phase at a time. Killing the mobs in this phase will lower your corruption, allowing you to do more healing or DPS. When players outside the Look Within phase see the adds spawn into the actual encounter, they should aim to kill them within a minute. This will stop mobs building up in the quarantine zone. The aim of the fight is to get all players to 0 corruption so they can do optimal damage to the boss. When transported into the actual boss fight, the adds will have more health. There will be one large add called the Unleashed Manifestation of Corruption and 3 smaller adds called the Unleashed Essences of Corruption. These need to be focused down by the DPS so more players can use Look Within to dump their corruption without overwhelming the raid with adds. On the tanks, the boss will use an ability called Unleashed Anger, which will inflict a flat 400,000 damage upon the tank. He will also apply a debuff to the tanks called Self-Doubt, which will increase the damage taken from Unleashed Anger by 40%, meaning that tanks don't want to let stacks build up before they taunt off each other. When the Amalgam reaches 50% health, and for every 10% health loss thereafter, the Amalgam will spawn an Unleashed Manifestation of Corruption regardless of who is in the phase or not. The final part to note is that every expelled corruption that reaches the Amalgam will give him a 5% damage buff for 15 seconds, and this is currently unclear if it stacks or not. Fortunately, we did not manage to kill this boss, but I will now switch over to in-game chat with a good attempt to example the fight in action.
Reducing your corruption levels will enable you to complete Norushen's trial. So this corruption level is something bad.
Yeah, the corruption level, as far as I've worked it out, is what lowers your damage.
Yes, I can see it, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. And to get rid of it, apparently we have to go into separate phases with adds, but I haven't seen the ability to do that, so that's what I'm going to look for this attempt.
Okay.
And hopefully, we probably won't kill it, but we might get lower than before.
Perhaps, you know.
Oh my god, I hate having my gear scale.
Oh, I'm dead already.
Sorry?
I'm dead already.
Did you get hit by the wall?
Yeah, that was... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Everyone's dying to it because they all suck. How about Rashid?
That is embarrassing.
It spawned on me last time, like it spawned hitting me.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it spawned hitting me, that's why.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been hit by it just casually, like, oh, whoops, I'm just about to
They
die.
need to do something about issues like that.
They need to do something about people not looking.
Well, it was at the Hagara wall, you could see it coming towards you, couldn't you, like out from Hagara. The Duramu, like, it gives you a second to find like a space where it isn't infecting, so I'm thinking like, I mean with this, because it just appears, maybe like it doesn't damage for the first few seconds it's active, might be a fair change.
Yeah, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Yeah, just give you time, like if it spawns, so you need to go, ah shit.
Yeah. If that marker for reason.
Most people still wouldn't notice in Raid Finder, but still.
Yeah, but like, you know, it gives people a chance of not being up next fight.
The next wall's up. We haven't lost many people, to be fair.
Again, this is one of those things that with DBM I would easily be able to avoid.
Yeah, we'll probably have a countdown to where it spawns, won't it?
Well, we'll definitely have a cooldown to its a countdown for its cooldown at least. You know.
Yeah, so we'll
No,
add. So the Unleash manifestation is like the big ad that like takes the most hits to kill.
Yep.
And that's the one that the tanks need to focus on because the little ones don't actually attack anyone. They just stand there dormant.
Yep.
So tank just needs to focus down the manifestation.
And do we have to kill the small lads? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, apparently, and I don't have any evidence to support this, but I'm going to look up in the dungeon journal after I mention it in the video. You have to kill them within a minute.
Ah, right, yeah, someone said that at the start, didn't they?
Yeah, also, that barrier can go either way. It can go clockwise or anti-clockwise, so watch out for that.
That's discovered, okay.
It's not always going to go one way.
Try to get one of those cast off. Away from me. My pet's died again.
What took him?
I have no idea. I can't see where he is. He's so small.
Moving barriers despawned.
But he's died about 30 times. Nice.
My gear has been scaled down and I've lost my hit cap. That is aggravating.
That is annoying. I'm doing 30k DPS.
Oh, that spike. I don't even want to know what I'm doing because, like, too
You don't-
fair.
You're doing considerably better than I am.
To be fair, I'm just looking at it this way. We'd both be doing a lot better if we had, like,
God,
lot
I'm
of
sorry about that.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, very nearly got hit by that.
I've got a feeling this could be a very long boss fight.
You're telling me.
Essence of Corruption. Well, ads, basically.
Yeah, it's probably a far easier command.
The tank didn't taunt the manifestation quickly enough.
Damn it.
Nice. Yeah, that's already taken quite a lot of people out.
Ah, everyone's dead. Don't worry, it's on here. I don't know, Mike, you said yeah. The decision of whether to use my cooldown or not. No, I'll leave it.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother.
Call this a far wipe.
Oh, fire. Is that clickable fire? That's like an orb on it.
Oh, it appears the boss is directly attacking me now.
Okay, I found an ad phase.
What? Oh, well, you have to go to the second level, don't you?
Yeah, I
Yes,
found
okay.
where you go into that.
Okay, explain.
And there's little orbs at the sides of the room. So there we go. I've got footage of this now. That's nice.
Alright, you
There's,
said
like,
that.
little
Any actually considerable footage, she's going, oh, here it is.
There's like multicolored floating orbs.
Yeah, he said only a certain amount of DPS have to go into it, otherwise you get too many ads. Because when DPS go into it, it causes the ads.
Fair enough.
So for some reason you have to go into that phase. What do you actually DPS
Oh,
with?
it's lowered my corruption entirely. Like I have 5 corruption now out of 100.
Okay,
Used
right.
DPS down little Shah.
What, to get out of it? Or?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's time because I killed all of them but one in that one, but it took my corruption down to 0, so now I can do max damage.
Yeah, okay, fair enough then. But when you go into it, it causes one of the big ads to spawn.
Yeah, so...
So you can't just have, we can't have people constantly flowing into it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's a wipe, and that's what caused the wipe that time. Too many people went in it.